Hi everybody, it's the May Queen here, and we're going to be doing our November Samhain messages from ancestors today. It's kind of a crazy night. Normally I don't do readings at night, and I was felt like I was literally pulled out of my chair to do this. I was wondering if these messages were going to come through because we're kind of getting towards the end of the time to do these messages, and you can see that I don't know if you can see this, but my Palo Santo is going crazy for cleansing, and so it kind of feels a little bit magical, which is really cool. And so we've got 4 groups for us today to choose from. Group number 1 is this turquoise pendant, which is in desperate need of polishing. It's normally silver, but the turquoise is really quite beautiful. We have 4 groups today. And again, the messages are, we're looking for messages from our ancestors at this time of the end of October. Of course, is historically for, in the Wiccan calendar, it's the beginning of the new year. And October 31st is the last day of the old year. November 1st is the first day of the new year. And so it's a really good time to tap into what are the messages from our ancestors. What do they want us to focus on in the coming year? What do they want, the lessons that they want us to learn? Things maybe that we have left undone in the previous year, they want us to wrap up or tie up. So there's a lot of different ways that this could go. And again, group 1 is the turquoise. Group 2 is this, to me it looks like a swallowtail, scissortail kite. I don't know if that's true, but it's a pin right there. That's group 2. Group 3 is another pin. I got both of these from Vintage Perks ATX. You can check him out. I'll link his Instagram page in the bottom. But it's really beautiful flower, and it's a pin as well. And then group 4 is this seashell that I found on my trip to Mexico, where I swam next to a whale shark. Y'all, it was pretty crazy, but I did it. I jumped out of a boat and swam next to a whale shark. And anyways, I found this shell on the beach there, perfectly intact. So that's group 4. Group 1, turquoise pendant. Group 2, scissortail bird pin. Group 3, flower bird pin. And group 4 is the Mexican seashell. Go ahead, pause the video if you need to. Tune in. Messages from your ancestor at the end of the Wiccan calendar. That's what we're looking for tonight. So go ahead and choose your group, and I'll see you in your reading. Hi, group 1. If you chose this turquoise pendant, turquoise and silver that desperately needs to be cleaned, this is your reading. I'm going to start with pulling a card from the Whispering Woods deck. Oh, or 2 or 3 or 4. Group 1. And there's a lot of energy in my room tonight. If you read the intro, you'll know this. The Palo Santo was going crazy. I've got my candle, one of which is already burned out. I've used my bell. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot, and I'm feeling it. I'm feeling this like really kinetic energy right now. So let's take a look at what we've got here from the Whispering Woods deck for group 1. So the first card we have is Journey. And it says, branch out to new worlds. It's always exciting. And then let go. Let go says, enjoy the pulsing light of the firefly, but don't hold on too tight. That's kind of synchronistic, considering I just talked about all the kind of kinetic energy that's in my room tonight. And then caution also popped out. Caution, tread softly so as not to disturb the woodland floor, which to me kind of goes along with this letting go, like enjoy what's happening, but don't try to hold on too tight because it might be fleeting. And so maybe you need to like cautiously embrace this. But let's pull some tarot and see what we've got here for group one. Can we expand on this for group one? Messages from their ancestors. See what's going on here for group one. Group one. Can we get some clarification on these Whispering Woods cards? Messages from their ancestors. Group one. Group one. Okay. Let's see what we've got. Knight of Wands, Queen of Swords, Page of Wands, Hermit, Three of Cups, Temperance, and Four of Cups. These actually play really nicely into the three cards that we got here out of the Whispering Woods. So, I mean, yeah, I talked at the beginning about all this kinetic energy in my room, and of course the Knight of Wands shows up. Knight of Wands, and I'm using the deck, The Beauty of Horror here, which kind of takes traditional tarot meanings of each card and, you know, kind of flips them on their ear, which I feel like is a great time for this time of year. The veil, of course, everybody's talking about this on YouTube, all the tarot readers. The veil between the worlds is especially thin right now, heading into Halloween. You know, this can be a timeless reading. Anytime your ancestors want to reach out to you and deliver you any kind of messages, of course, we should be ready and willing to hear what they have to say, because they are privy to knowledge that, you know, is not always easily accessible to us here on our 3D rock, planet Earth, right now in our consciousness. So the Knight of Wands is charging in with this kinetic energy. I mean, this is the embodiment of what I was talking about right now. You know, this card, let go, enjoy the pulsing light. Pulsing light, I mean, look at the halo around him, pulsing light. I mean, that's his energy right there. It's just confirmation that, yeah, you may have a journey in your near future. And it's time to embrace it, but don't hold on to it too tightly, because you know you are there just to enjoy the ride. And this could be a metaphorical journey. It could be a journey of the heart. It could be a journey of the mind, of the soul, of consciousness, or it could be a physical journey. I'm kind of, you know, looking at these cards, I'm tending to think that it's more of a metaphysical journey, a journey of the soul. And the Queen of Swords here is there to tell us, oh, she's so awesome in this card, man. She suffers no fools. She is legit intelligent. She's sharp. Nothing misses, like she doesn't miss anything. Nothing gets past her is what I'm trying to say. And in fact, like she only has one bat in her card, in her picture here, which to me indicates that, yeah, she is in complete and utter control of her thoughts. And she can use her thoughts to enact what she wants in her reality. So, which is another way of saying she's in complete control of her thoughts. And so, you know, she's here to support you, to say that you're going to have clear, concise thought and direction about this journey of the soul that, you know, is probably going to happen in the next couple of months here for you. And I feel like you may have just started to embark on this, and it's really going to heat up. It's really going to get going. in between now and Yule, which is like the third week of December. And, these things that we start in these time frames often can carry on into, the rest of the year. Just because you start it now and just because it's showing up now in this reading for November doesn't mean that you are going to wrap it up with a bow, in the next 30 days or before Yule, which is like in the next 45 days, 50 days or so. It just means that you are starting this in earnest, and that all of the energy around you, all of your ancestors, that support that's coming through is like, yeah, we're really going to be behind you and we're giving you that push. And it's kind of like, you on this horse and your ancestors are like slapping the horse on the butt, and the horse is like, woo, giddy up, let's go. And so it's that forward momentum is really what I'm feeling for you, which plays in nicely with this journey, and all of that kind of stuff. And the Page of Wands makes sense because the Page of Wands pages are like, a naive call to adventure. Like, you don't really know what you're getting yourself into, but you want to do it anyways. You're putting that energy towards that, whatever that is. And, like, remember back here, I said there's like one bat here, meaning she doesn't have any extraneous thought that's happening around her because she's in complete control. And, the bloody sword just kind of signifies that she has cut out what she needs to cut out. She has cut out all that fluff, all that extraneous stuff, which is why she only has one bat here, which can signify your thoughts. Because she's a boss, she's a master of it. And so here you have the Page, which is a younger energy, right? A more naive energy. Lots of bats here, which means there's lots of thoughts. There's lots of ideas. Which way am I going to go? What's going to happen? I'm not really sure. But the fact that it's wands is like, this is a journey of your soul. This is a journey of your soul that you're embarking on. And there's a lot of excitement behind it. There's a lot of that get up and go. I want to start it. I want to see where it's going to go. Let's go. Let's go on this journey. And then here's the Hermit, which is really beautiful, you guys, to come out under the caution, because the caution is not saying like, to me, the caution is not like, let's put the brakes on it. Let's not do this, or let's stop this from happening. The caution is just like, yeah, we're going to do this, but let's do this in a fully engaged, thoughtful manner. And so the Hermit is like, make sure you tune into yourself, make sure you tap into what your inner self is calling for. And I really feel like this is like, let's just, yeah, we're going to be along for the ride, but that doesn't mean we can't consciously know where we want that horse to go, right? And so during this process that you're starting in the next 30 days, during this new soul journey that you are undertaking in the start of this new Wiccan calendar, this new year, is like, let's be thoughtful about it. Let's be conscious about it. Let's really tune in to what we want to manifest for this new year. And so that can take on a lot of different forms, you guys. You can like journal all your ideas, right? You can do like a free association, just like no holds bar. Let's write down anything that pops into my mind, right? All of these thoughts, all of these ideas. And it doesn't mean that any of them have to manifest, but just opening that gate, opening that door towards that exchange of energy with your ancestors, with the divine. You never know what's going to come through, right? So I feel like the Page is calling you with the Hermit to very thoughtfully fling that door open, let the horse out of the gate, and see where it's going to go. Write down all those ideas. What are you thinking about as we're closing our uh, calendar year, our Gregorian cycle, right? And it's the start of the Wiccan new year. What do you want to manifest? What do you want to work on in the coming year? And just let all those thoughts and ideas, no filter, nobody's judging you. It's just you and yourself, and you're writing down what all of these things that are coming through to you, right? And then at a later time, you can, which perhaps is probably going to be Yule, but we can see when we do that reading, you can look at that list and start to filter through. And maybe one thing jumps out at you, maybe two things jumps out at you. I don't know. And you can start to make a concrete plan. But I feel like the messages from your ancestors right now are, let's go. Let's go on this journey with thoughtful intent and see what jumps out, see what has traction, see what has energy, and go from there. And these cards at the bottom for me are just like the outcome of what you are embarking on here. And, you're hoping for healing, you're hoping for balance in your life. Maybe there's the Three of Cups here is, I feel like maybe I want to get clarification on that. Spirit, why is the Three of Cups here for group one in what they're working on with this let go and journey? Why is the Three of Cups here? Why is the Three of Cups here? All right, let's see. Yeah, you got the Wheel of Fortune reversed and the Page of Pentacles. I feel like there's some unfinished business for you. And that actually makes sense to me with the Three of Cups. It's like a returning to your not your past, but I feel like in this vein of retrospection and in this vein of introspection, there should be some looking back at your community. Who do you hold close to you? Who do you hold dear to you? And are those relationships serving you? I feel like you might have some unfinished business in that regard. And the Page of Pentacles, again, it's like you're wanting to embark on this journey to lay the foundation for your stability, for your sense of balance. And it's got something to do with your relationships. And this makes sense here with the Three of Cups and the Four of Cups here. There's some nice synchronicity. And so I'm going to remove this here because we kind of already dealt with this, that the whole point of Temperance being here is that this journey is, your ancestors are like, we need to bring balance. You need to start working on bringing balance and harmony into your life, and we can help you. But that is where your imbalance is, where your unfinished business is in your relationships. There's something that's going on with you guys in the last year. It could be longer than that, where, and this is the tricky thing about emotional relationships, right? It doesn't have to be romantic. It can be familial, it can be friends, it can be something in the work environment, maybe it's something around your job. But it's like, things are okay. I mean, right? Like if somebody asked you, like, they're okay. What I've got going on is okay. But do you hear how my voice is like going up? That's kind of an indication to me that it's not everything is okay. And so I feel like maybe that's what you need to start exploring, right? Where is that thing in your current relationships that kind of make you go like this? yeah, it's fine. Yeah, sure. Everything's great. Right? That's not great. That's not you wholeheartedly. That's not you, Knight of Wands, being super passionate about what you have. That's not you, Queen of Swords, being completely 100% sure of you know, of what you're thinking about these relationships. And so maybe the Queen of Swords is here to say, you know what? It's time to start exploring some relationships that you have in your life that maybe you need to start severing the ties to. Maybe these relationships are not serving you the way they need to serve you. And that's the whole point of this journey. That your ancestors are nudging you along to do. I don't know how these went here. Did they go kind of like this? And then we clarified. Yeah, I think that's how they went. So, and that's the really wonderful thing, that when we can access this information from our ancestors, because they are our ancestors, because we have that blood connection, because we have that DNA connection, cellular memory is really quite astonishing. And just because you might not have ever met these people that are showing up for you today in this reading does not mean that they are not connected to you, and does not mean that they don't want to see you succeed and that they aren't there to support your highest good. When you're linked on that cellular level, it's things can happen that are beyond our current understanding of things. And that's really, really amazing to be able to tap into. And so whoever this is that's showing up for you right now, they're here to tell you that the knowledge that they're privy to is that there are relationships in your life right now that are not serving your highest good. And that's the messages for the coming new year, the coming new year of the Wiccan calendar, is that it's time for you to start to explore that and start to manifest healthier boundaries and healthier relationships. So let's get some Mystic Sisters on this. And let's see who else is out there for your ancestors and what energy they're drawing into you right now. Group 1. Who's there for Group 1? Oh my gosh. Who's there for Group 1? All right. Ceres. That's the goddess of the harvest. She's holding a sheaf of wheat. It's a really nice image of a wheel right here, which is like the wheel of fortune. So yeah, I mean, she's here to say, what haven't you harvested? It's time to start manifesting things that you can harvest for your greater good. Soma goddess. To me, this is really another manifestation of love. And really, it kind of ties into the Three of Cups for me. There's a lot of similar imagery in that. And so again, it's just an examination of those relationships that you have, and what are they offering you, what are they giving you, and is it an equal give and take? What you're giving, are you getting in return? Yeah, an initiation. I mean, that's just the goddess of abundance right there. And sorry, can you see that? And the pentacle at the bottom. And I mean, really kind of a lot of similar imagery to that wheel of fortune. She's just standing in the middle of what she is manifesting, and she is in complete control of that. And so it's just further confirmation. Look at, that's just the same imagery right there, the dragonfly goddess. So your ancestors, The message is really quite simple, and it's not drawn out, and like everything here is just like, yeah, this is what I told you, this is what I told you, this is what I told you. And there's Kuan Yin, which again, Hindu goddess, it's just all the same. It's just there's a lot of goddess energy here. Goddess, goddess, goddess. Goddess, God. I mean, to me, these are all goddess cards. And that's really amazing. And I'm not surprised, honestly, for the amount of wands that you got from the tarot and the Knight of Wands starting it out. Yeah, I mean, there's an incredible amount of passion and energy behind this new journey that your ancestors are urging you to start examining the relationships that are in your life. What is not serving you right now? Let's go on that journey of discovering. We're going to do it with intent, right? We're going to do it with thoughtfulness. Queen of Swords right there. But we're going to do it with excitement and passion, which is what this card was talking about right here, which was enjoy the pulsing light of the firefly, but don't hold on too tight. And to me, what that's really saying, and what the caution card is saying, is, don't hold on too tight, is don't invest so much time and energy into what you think the outcome should be, right? These are messages from your ancestors, and they're bringing those messages to you with information that you probably are not privy to right now. So it makes sense for them to say, yeah, do this, but don't think that at the start you're going to know what the outcome is. And so that's the rub, isn't it? I mean, it's like we have to start on these journeys and go through these journeys with faith and trust that what is pulling us to do this work is pulling us to it for our higher good. And so even if things don't look like what we think they should, we need to have faith that if we're approaching it with honesty and integrity, Queen of Swords, that we're going to get the outcome that we need to have. So let's get some spirit animal cards to finish this out. It's a very exciting group one. I'm excited for you to embark on this journey. Let's do one more shuffle. Spirit animals. What energy can group one call on right now in this new journey? Yeah. Look, I am not surprised to see these cards at all. Horse and unicorn, vulture, panther, and raccoon. Yeah, you have so much divine energy around you right now. So horse and vulture for me are divine animals, even though in this deck they're not classified as that, like the unicorn is. That cosmos, I can't remember right now how she classifies that. But horse is divine for me, not the least of which is because of this little sliver of moon, which I don't know if you can see it because I'm doing this at night and it's kind of dark, but it has all the colors of the chakra on that moon. And so, a horse is supremely powerful. The stamina is amazing of horses, but they have that divine source that they tap into, that wicked intuition and perfect balance, perfect harmony, which I think you had the temperance card somewhere in here, didn't you? I feel like it's in here somewhere. I don't know. Temperance, yeah, which is the same thing. Perfect harmony, perfect balance. Again, it's another iteration of that, and it's just further confirmation that this is a really positive new path for you for the start of the new Wiccan calendar, the start of the new wheel. Start to explore this, and you will enter the new year with so much momentum, so much force, so much divine power behind you that it's really, really incredibly exciting. Really incredibly exciting. And the unicorn is, I mean, it says the same thing, right? Like you are going to tap into that divine power, which is what the ancestors are offering you, right? They have that direct source to the divine, even more than we could ever hope for or imagine in our 3D lives here, because they have passed through that veil and are on the other side. They're directly linked to source, and because they are directly linked to you, right, through your cells, through your blood, they're here to pass on this message to you. And this time of year is really incredible for them, and I feel like that's where this kinetic energy is coming. That's where this excitement is coming from, is that the veil is thin enough to disseminate these messages to everyone. And I mean, if you're particularly magical, if you're particularly intuitive, you probably are getting these messages all year long. But if you're new to this process, you know, this is the time of year where they're like, yes, 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 I get to talk to, you know, who I need to talk to. And that's really exciting. And Vulture, which is like the death card, Vulture is another divine animal for me. Vultures recycle death. I mean, plain and simple, right? In the 3D world, they eat dead things. They eat the dead, and that's recycling the dead into new energy. And the gift of being able to do that is astonishing to me, right? The world would be a disgusting place without vultures, our world, our 3D world. And so when you take that up to the higher level, when you take that into you know, the world of the divine, they're the recyclers of death, which means they are the ultimate wheel of fortune. They are the ones that turn that wheel by recycling death. They take in that old energy, those cycles that have been completed, and they recycle them around and spin us around into a new reality. And so, you know, Vulture showing up for you today is extraordinarily positive, because it's telling me that you have this ability right now. You have this ability to take your old cycles and finish them and work through them, right? And turn that card around, and start on new cycles. That is extremely powerful magic, you guys. And that, together with the unicorn, and, you know, all this goddess energy that you had from Mystic Sisters, just indicates to me that you are incredibly powerful, and your ancestor group that's behind you is incredibly invested in seeing you succeed. And Panther and Raccoon here just further confirms that you are at the apex of that. You are set to be successful in this journey. You are going to own it. Nobody is going to take that away from you. You are going to be able to do what you need to do. And Raccoon is the same thing. You have all the tools. You're crafty. You're going to take care of you and your own in this journey. And so, you know, I really feel like at this time, as October draws to a close and we're entering, you know, into November and looking towards Yule and our new year, it's really a time for you to pause and intentionally examine your relationships, and without emotion, look at what is not serving you, and maybe it's time to cut those out and define your own reality. Define your own reality. Okay? Recycle what is not serving you anymore into a new path, into a new journey. Um, but the reminder is the divine knows all. Don't hold on to what you feel the outcome should be. Start this journey, see where it's going to go. We'll examine it again at Yule time. We'll examine it again at Imbolc, which is in February, and we'll see where we're at. We'll touch base. We'll check in and see how you're doing. And the ancestors are there to talk to you all year long, not just at this time of year. But the energy around you right now, Group 1, is so, 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 so powerful. And you are so powerful. And so really, I feel like it's an exciting time for you. So good luck, and I'll see you in another reading. Hi, Group 2. If you chose this scissor tail bird pin, this is your reading. All right, we're going to start with pulling a card from the Whispering Woods deck. We're asking for messages from your ancestors at this time of year. So let's see what they want to tell you, Group 2. Caution. Tread softly so as not to disturb the woodland floor. Can kind of put that there. All right, let's get some tarot to expand on, oh my goodness, card. Butterfingers. Caution. Sorry. All right, let's dive deeper into this message for Group 2. What is this caution card about? What do their ancestors want to tell them at this time of Samhain? Group 2, what is this caution card about? I feel like I want to get one more shuffle. Yeah, even the cards feel cautious. Group 2, what is this caution card about? Group 2, what can we learn? Group 2, let me know what Group 2 needs to know. What does Group 2 need to know? Group 2. All right, we got what we need. Over here. Fool reversed. Page of Cups and the Chariot. Well, I mean, there's just further confirmation about this caution card, right? Fool reversed. Fool upright is, naively stepping forward out into the world, not knowing where you're going to land, but knowing without a doubt that the universe is going to take care of you. And so the fact that it's reversed is just that, like, you're not knowing what your next step should be. And your ancestors are acknowledging that. Your ancestors are acknowledging that, yeah, right now, maybe you do need to take a minute to let the path become clear. And so Page of Cups is like, if you can, Group 2, I feel like maybe you have been really, really, really wanting something to happen for you. You've eagerly wanted to embrace a fresh start. And for whatever reason in this past year, the universe just kind of feels like it keeps closing the door, or it's like you're knocking your head against that wall. And the path is not clear. The way is not clear for you. And, the Page of Cups showing up with the Chariot, I feel like it's saying that is when you can learn to tap into this Page of Cups energy, the path is going to become clear. The way forward is going to become clear. And not only is it going to become clear, it's going to become clear with a lot of momentum behind it. So how do we tap into that Page of Cups energy? What is that Page of Cups energy? So pages to me are always like they're naive energy. It's a call to action, but the Page of Cups is the most naive of all the pages. And really childlike innocence. All the other pages have something to guide them on the start of their journey, right? Like the Page of Wands has just fire in his belly, fire in its belly to just kind of go, and I don't care what's going to happen, I'm just going to go. Page of Swords has this insatiable thirst for knowledge and learning about all of these processes that are going to help him on the journey. And Page of Pentacles, even though it's a slow journey or a slow energy, the Page of Pentacles has this surety of intention. They know what they want to build, they just don't know how they're going to get there. And so all of those pages to me have kind of something behind them that's propelling them out into the world. And the Page of Cups, all the Page of Cups has is his heart, which on the surface doesn't seem like much, but I think you could argue that it's really the most powerful motivation of all, right? The honesty of going towards what your heart's desiring. There's a purity to that. There's an honesty to that. And so I feel like that's what your ancestors are wanting you to tap into, is that childlike innocence of really knowing what your heart's desire is. And that's where the abundance will come from, right? And this is the beauty of Horror deck, which always, it kind of takes the traditional tarot and turns it on its head. And so he's kind of frightening, right? But the fish jumping out of the cup is the same image. He has a few ideas. He doesn't have as many as the Page of Wands has, because he's so young. He's so innocent. He's not really sure what even his ideas could be. Like, what even are all the possibilities that I could be thinking of for my heart's desire? I don't even know. Because I'm so brand new. And so I feel like your ancestors are here to tell you that, caution is called for, because before you leap into this new year, right? The new Wiccan calendar starts on November 1st, and even our Gregorian calendar, we're nearing that time of the new year where we start to take stock of things, where we start to examine, what do we want to manifest for the new year. And so it's the same energy. And so whether you're Wiccan or not, it doesn't matter. And so what your ancestors are telling you is, let's take a minute, let's think before, not even think, but let's do a heart check before we leap into this new year. Let's take a minute and figure out what is our heart's desire, and I feel like your ancestors are telling you, like, don't go for the obvious, right? What is your, most people, what is your heart's desire? What's going to be the stock answer? Well, I want money. I want a big house. I want, whatever. I want a nice car. I want this. I want that. I want that. They're all material desires. I feel like your ancestors are saying, no, you need to go beyond that. You need to keep asking. You can start with that. If you do this exercise of what do I want? What's my heart's desire? And what your list is all of those kind of easy, obvious answers or material desires. Try to go deeper. Why do you want all that money? Why do you want that big house or that fancy car? Kind of just keep peeling back the layers until you get to this innocence of wanting your heart's desire. What is going to fulfill your heart? And the fact that there's no other suits, there's no swords or pentacles or wands on the table, says to me that your ancestors are saying, this is wide open. And I don't know that you've ever really gone this deep before. And they're saying to you, it's time to go this deep, because we don't want to enter this new cycle, this new year, without kind of having an inkling of what our direction is going to be. And if you are successful in tapping into what your heart's desire truly is, your momentum is going to be unstoppable. And that's really exciting. I just wanted to read this again. That's why I grabbed it. I have to lower my glasses. I don't know if anybody else struggles with bifocals, but I sure do. Tread softly so as not to disturb the woodland floor. I think the other message for you here right now, group 2, is that maybe this is an internal quest. Maybe what you discover in yourself might be a change in the status quo. And so that your ancestors are saying, maybe for right now, you don't tell everybody what you're thinking or what you think might happen in this next year, right? Like, maybe let's just keep this to ourselves. Let's not disturb the status quo until we really know where we stand, what we want, and where we're going to go. But I feel like we want to get some more tarot on this and just get some further clarification. Group 2, ancestors, can we get some further clarification on this message that you're bringing to them right now at this time of year? Group 2. Group 2, can we get some clarification for group 2? Thank you. That's a lot of cards, Spirit. Oh my goodness. Okay. Some even flew on the floor. Get down and get them. Oh my gosh, even. What? This is crazy. So many cards. They might not all be applicable, but you know what? For fun, let's just take them all and see what we've got. All right, I'm going to move that up there. All right, how far? Okay, 8 of Swords, Queen of Swords, High Priestess, Queen of Wands, 10 of Pentacles. What is that? I can't see that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of Wands, 3 of Wands reversed, 5 of Wands reversed, Strength, Queen of Cups, and Empress. Okay, yeah, I mean, this is a lot of cards, you guys. It's kind of crazy. I don't know if all of these are going to be applicable in one way or another. But let's highlight this row right now. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of... you may be feeling this right now as I'm giving this reading to you, as you're listening to this. There may be a lot of mental, like, oh, God, no, this makes me feel icky. I don't want to think about this. I don't want to think about disturbing the status quo. Why do I have to do this? Why can't it just stay the way it is? That's kind of what 8 of Swords is indicating to me, is that there may be some mental resistance from you to this new journey. But I want to highlight these 3 ladies right here who showed up front and center for you, group 2, Queen of Swords, High Priestess, and Queen of Wands. You need to pay attention, and you need to pay attention in a big way. It's time to put on your big girl pants, your big boy pants, and do this exercise. The rewards of this are going to be incredible, right? You trusting your intuition, you tapping into your intuition. Look, the high priestess right under this page of cups, innocent energy, finding out your heart's desire, is so telling to me, is that, yeah, you need to sit in this energy and figure this out. And if you can get still, you will be able to see what it is that you need to see. And the Queen of Swords is the Queen of Swords in her utmost energy is actually kind of frightening. And I feel like she's one of the most frightening energies in the entire tarot. I don't know if anybody agrees with me, but, well, I mean, first of all, in this deck, take a look at her. She's formidable, right? Because the Queen of Swords does not care about emotion. The Queen of Swords does not care if you're scared. The Queen of Swords does not care if you're tired. The Queen of Swords does not care if you're heartbroken, right? Any of these things. She does not give a shit, because her sole purpose is finding out the truth. And the truth can sometimes be frightening. It can be painful. It can be really challenging to work through that truth. But that is the gift that she offers, is that truth without emotional attachment, right? Which is really the ultimate truth. And so she's showing up for you here to say, it's kind of like she's like, all right, I need to talk to you for real here a minute, okay? Cut out the bullshit, cut out the whining, cut out the pity party, and let's get this shit done, right? That's what queens are always to me. I love queen energy, because no matter what their suit is, they're like, I got no time for bullshit. We got to do what we're going to do, and this is how we're going to do it. And you've got two queens and a high priestess. Woo! I feel like maybe you knew this was coming and you've been turning a blind eye to it. You've been not wanting to deal with it. You've not been wanting to start. And these queens and the high priestess right here for you, group 2, is kind of a wake-up call. And remember, this is you, right? These are your ancestors, which is you on a cellular level. This is your higher self, which is you without the ego. And so we shouldn't be afraid of these messages, because we know that they are for our higher good. And of course, we all have free will. You don't have to listen to this. I'm the conduit. These messages are coming through me to be delivered to you. You don't have to listen to it. But these ladies over here are really saying, like, it'd really be good if you listen to me right now, right? And so, get up out of your complacency, take that blindfold off, start to figure out what is in your heart's desire. And yeah, it's probably going to mess up the status quo right now. And you don't have to do it all at once. You don't have to come out guns a-blazing. You don't have any knights that are showing up in your reading that are urging you to do this right now. What these ladies here are telling you is that you need to start on this process. You need to start on this process with honesty and integrity, and you need to see this through. And once you do, your forward momentum in life towards your heart's desire is going to be unstoppable. Your 10 of Pentacles is going to be achievable. And it's not going to be something that this poor guy has right now, which he has the 10 of Pentacles, but he's still sad. He still doesn't like what he has, right? It's still not right for him because he's achieved it, but he hasn't achieved it with a clear heart. He hasn't achieved it from his heart's desire, from that childlike innocence and purity. And that's why he's disappointed over here. And, these cards down at the bottom, I was kind of, oh my God, and here's another queen. I just noticed it. Y'all, group 2. Whoa. I mean, I want to swear right now, and I realize not everybody swears as much as I do. I kind of swear like a sailor. Sailor. I swear like a sailor. What I want to say is JCFNC, which is probably going to be offensive to some people, and I'm really sorry. But that is the energy that's coming through right now, is just this, oh my God, let's pay attention and let's do this. And I don't mean to offend you. I'm trying to portray the intensity of energy that's behind this message, right? Three queens and the high priestess. Y'all, come on, right? This is you being introspective to your heart's desire. This is you with childlike innocence starting to explore what this abundance looks like. And then here you are looking into your cup in your full grown energy. You are progressing from that page into that queen through the use of your intuition. Do you see this? Do you see this, group two? Starting as the page, right? Tapping into that high priestess energy, page of cups, brings you into this energy of queen of cups, who is fully in control of her emotions. She guards her emotions because she knows that that is precious energy, and she is only going to let those emotions out to the people that she deems worthy. And what is the translation for that? The translation for that is, what is your bliss? What is your heart's desire? You might have to cut out people to get there. Where was Five of Wands right here? There's probably going to be a battle. There's probably going to be bickering and pushback when you start to do this. Anytime we disrupt the status quo, you guys, for people in our lives, if those people are operating at a different vibrational energy, a lower vibrational energy than you, whenever you try to level up, they're going to push back because you're disturbing the status quo. And look at strength showing up. And I love the image in this deck. I feel like for you, group two, it's particularly important because you are going to be like, no, I am fully in my own power and I will bite back because this is for my highest good. This is where I am going. And look who's at the end, y'all. Really? The Empress. I cannot even stress to you all these ladies that showed up for you. Queen of Swords, High Priestess, Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups, and the Empress. And really, if you want to take strength too, because the image in all these tarot decks is always feminine, that's dealing with this strength. Like, I feel like, look, I'm even gonna just, like, this is the energy right now, right, y'all? This is like, I'm not gonna give an effing shit about anybody because I am gonna take care of myself. I am gonna do what is best for me, what is for my highest good. I am blown away at the energy behind this, group two. Sorry, I feel like I need to take a breath. But Spirit is saying to you, all right, we know this is big. We know this is big. We don't have to solve it tomorrow. We don't have to disturb the status quo next week, right? Let's figure this out on an internal level. High Priestess and Strength and Empress, on an internal level. We're going to get all of the tools that we need to accomplish what we are accomplishing. And it all starts with, where is he? This Page of Cups energy, this childlike innocence, man. Where is it going to take you? It is going to take you to something big. What is your heart's desire, group 2? What is your heart's desire? Try to do some kind of free form brainstorming where you just jot down whatever comes into your head with no filter. Nobody there saying that's impossible. Nobody there saying you don't deserve that. Nobody there saying any of those things that can block you. See what comes out, man. What is your heart's desire? You have so much energy. Like, am I shouting at you? I don't know. I feel like I am. I feel like I want to go like this to you, group 2. And I know that that's aggressive. And I honestly, this is coming from love and I don't mean to trigger anything. But oh my gosh, all of these ladies that have shown up is, whew, it's really, really incredible. Can we get some more divine feminine energy? It might be, you might short circuit me. I don't know, but let's pull some Mystic Sisters and see. Let's see what else is available to group 2. Wow. I feel like also this caution. Do you remember at the beginning where I was like, oh, the cards feel cautious, right? At the beginning, we only got those first 3 cards. And I had to clarify to get more. And I feel like that caution was, you know, your ancestors saying, okay, really? Are you ready? Are you sure you're ready? Are you sure you're ready to hear this message? I feel like that's also kind of what the caution was. But let's see if there's some Mystic Sisters for group 2. Is there any other messages here for group 2 that they need to hear? Anybody else for group 2? Anybody else for group 2? All right. Oh, somebody flipped over. All right, let's see. You know, I'm not surprised that only 1 card came out because, you know, who else? Like, you don't need anything else, group 2. And the bee goddess. Okay, this is awesome. First of all, goddess energy again. God, golly, group 2, more goddess energy. But the bee goddess is like, yeah, this is gonna be some work. You know, and that's why this caution is here. Is like, we don't have to disturb the status quo right from the beginning, right? Because this is gonna be some work. And I actually love this card because look, I want to just tell you what I see. This is you. This is the divine inspiration up at the top, right? And look at all these ladies here. Look at all this goddess energy. This is all them down here, right? They are there for you. They are your foundation for this work. Absolutely. Absolutely. Woo! Okay, we're going to get some spirit animals before I explode, y'all. I'm going to have to go run around the block after this or something. I don't know. It's like 11 o'clock at night, and I'm going to be running around the block like a crazy lady. All right. And my nose is running crazily, which is another indication to me about all of these messages that are coming through. All right. Spirit animals. Let's get some spirit animals for group 2. Let's see what's going on. Group 2. Group 2. Spirit animals for group 2. Group 2. Anybody? Group 2. Group 2. Spirit animals for group 2. All right, I feel like this is just my jitteriness that's happening. Hold on, let me get these cards. All right, so yeah, look at this. Group 2. Oh my God, group 2. Who the F are you? Scorpion. Yeah, I mean, like, you just, nobody is going to mess with you, right? Nobody can mess with you. Nobody can mess with you. Once you tap into this, goddess energy, nobody can touch you, right? Like it's all there. And to me, Scorpion is another divine feminine energy, right? Scorpions carry their babies on their back. I don't know if you guys know that. And nobody wants to touch a scorpion, right? They're tiny. Well, I mean, some of them can be, but I mean, in the gist of things, the scorpions that live where I live are usually tiny, and a lot of them are actually kind of clear. Like I know scorpions in Africa can be quite large and they can be dark in color. The scorpions where I live are smaller and they're clear, which means they can blend in, right? They cannot disturb that status quo, and they can get into places where not everybody can get, and nobody notices them. And I think that's really, really cool energy for you right now, because you are doing this internal work. You are figuring out your heart's desire. And once you do, you are just going to burst out onto the scene, and you are going to be an unstoppable force. Nobody is going to be able to touch you. And you have that divine passion and fire. And that's what you need to find out. What is your heart's desire? What is that fire in your belly that you probably have not been wanting to acknowledge? Remember that our very first card over here was the Fool reversed. Where is he? So it was the Fool, this big lumbering guy, right? But he was reversed. You're not, you aren't wanting to acknowledge something. You're not wanting to take that first step. There is a block there towards starting that path, that journey towards your heart's desire. But oh my God, group 2, if you can do this, the energy behind you, what you will manifest, what you will become, is an unstoppable force. Amazing, incredible. All right, I need to go calm down. I hope you liked this reading. I hope it resonated. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another reading. Hi, group 3. If you chose this flower pin, this is your reading. All right, we're going to start with the Whispering Woods deck. Oracle deck, messages from the Whispering Woods, and see what your ancestors are wanting to bring forward to you right now. Growth. I struggle with my bifocals. Let's see. Growth. The tallest oak tree once started as a seedling. Don't be afraid to start something new. Grounded. Keep to your roots and stand taller than the trees. And renew. Nature continuously renews itself year after year. That's a really nice card to come out, given this time of year. You know, we're at the end of the Wiccan calendar, and we're in the Wiccan calendar. November 1st is the beginning of a new year, and October 31st is like the New Year's Eve. And it's really significant because the belief is that the veil is between our 3D world and the afterlife is very, very thin. And that's why this is a really good time to ask our ancestors for messages. You know, what is it that we should be focusing on in the coming year? And even in our Gregorian calendar, it's start of November, we have New Year's Eve, December 31st, January 1st, we start a new year. So even if you don't subscribe to the Wiccan calendar, you're still nearing the end of your year, and you're still starting to examine, the year that you've been through and looking forward to the next year. What do you want to manifest? What do you want to have grown in your life? And so renew is a really nice message to come out, because it just plays into that whole idea of, every time a new year starts, it's a chance for us to reinvent ourselves and to start anew. Right? That's why we have all the kinds of New Year's resolutions and all that kind of stuff. But let's get some tarot and see if we can delve into this message right now that's come through for group 3 from their ancestors. All right. Do one more shuffle. Group 3. Can we expand on this message for group 3? Group 3. Ancestors' messages. Okay. All right. That's a bit ridiculous. Even for me, even by my standards, with this deck, that's a bit ridiculous. I'll take that first card. All right, Spirit, that was too much information. Can we get clear, concise messages for group 3? Messages from their ancestors. Please, can we get some clarification about these cards here for group 3? Spirit's so funny. It's like, I'm going to give you 27 cards and you say that's too much. All right, I'm going to give you 2. All right, King of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, and 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, so I feel like the message that's coming through for you, group 3, right now is definitely surrounding your ideas of stability. And, that really makes sense to me that you had this. Actually, all of these cards, let's look at these again. Growth, don't be afraid to start something new, which can be ascribed to this Knight of Pentacles. And then grounded is keep to your roots and stand taller than the trees. Well, there's nothing more grounded than the suit of Pentacles in the tarot. That's their definition, is things that are grounded. And so it talks about your financial stability. It talks about your housing stability, your home life, all of those things that make us feel safe and secure in our 3D world. And then renew, nature continuously renews itself. And so the King of Pentacles is just, I feel like this is a time of year to reflect on. I feel like you're in a really good spot, group 3, and that your ancestors are kind of saying to you, you're about to level up to this King of Pentacles energy, which the King of Pentacles has all that he has ever desired, all that he has ever wanted to manifest, has been there for him. And he is a master of those things. Strength, stability, groundedness, financial security, all of those kinds of things. And I feel like your ancestors are like, yeah, you are about to level up. So let's just make sure that we are very clear about what we are manifesting for this coming year. Okay, what are the seeds that we want to plant in the coming year that are going to bring us the ultimate fulfillment for our financial stability and for our groundedness and all of that kind of stuff. And the 6 of Pentacles is just another really positive affirmation that your ancestors are like, yeah, this is really balanced energy. And you are in a good spot, group 3, and your ancestors are here to tell you that as to confirm to you that, yeah, you're doing what you need to do. And so in this coming year, perhaps it's just making sure that the energy that you are putting out there with money is an equal give and take, that energy lane is open. And so anybody I feel like that has financial success intuitively knows that, like, money is a tool, right? Money is not evil or good. It's not it doesn't have any of those kinds of connotations. It's a tool, plain and simple. And once you learn how to work with the energy of money as a tool, as opposed to, rich people are selfish, or I don't want all this money because it's going to make me greedy, or, rich people are snobs, right? All of these kinds of connotations that we as humans tend to put onto wealth and money and security don't exist, though. That belongs to the people. It doesn't belong to the money, right? But what happens is that we ascribe those things to money itself. And so what happens, the universe is literal, right? The universe doesn't get your connotations. The universe doesn't be like, oh, is that what you meant? Okay, I'm gonna figure out what you actually mean. If you're putting out into the universe that everybody who has money are greedy, selfish bastards, right? Sorry, I swore. Or everybody who has money are shallow people or whatever, then the universe is certainly not going to bring you situations in which you can increase your wealth, because you are telling it that wealth is bad, right? And so I feel like your ancestors are saying to you, let's find some balance in this financial world. And you already have this idea, whether or not you know it, that you're pretty good with money, and that there's this flow of money. Like, I have this friend who who like good-naturedly bets, like with his friends, or whatever. He'll play a game of chance or whatever, and he'll put money on it, right? Like, it's just a recreational thing. But he is extraordinarily lucky. That's what we all say about him, like, oh my God, you're so lucky, you win all the time. But what's interesting to me, and I'm not saying that this is a cause and effect thing, this is just an illustration of the energy of money. Whenever he wins, the first thing he does is he'll like take a friend out to dinner, or he'll buy his grandchildren a present, or his daughters a present, or he'll, you know what I mean? So it's like he gets this money, he gets this winning, which in his mind is always extra, right? Because he's just doing this for fun. But his first reaction is not to hold on to it tightly. His first reaction is to give it away. And I will tell you what, my friends, the universe loves that, because that is what money is. Money is a tool. Money is a form of energy. And when you can recognize it as such, that's when your wealth starts to increase. Okay, let's be careful. I'm not telling you to give away all your money, okay? Let's not take this to an extreme. Let's not take this to the nth degree. But you can go and listen to any of the financial gurus that are out there, and they will tell you their number one thing to increase wealth is to pay yourself first, right? When you get a paycheck, put some stuff in savings, right? And so that's the give and flow. When you do that, you are indicating to the universe that by putting that stuff in savings, or by buying more into your 401k, You are in essence telling the universe, I am safe and secure in the knowledge that there will be more coming behind this money, right? I'm going to give this away this way because I know there's more coming in behind it. And that's what that balance is. That's what that equal give and take is, right? He can give out to, this is a very simplified version, he can give out to the poor because he knows that there's always coming more behind it. He is never lacking, right? Even though he is giving money away. And so I feel like the messages from your ancestors are that you can have growth and you can have renewal by being grounded in your financial stability and knowing that you are safe and secure. But let's get some clarification on this to make sure that this is the message that your ancestors are wanting me to pass along to you. So, group 3, let's get some more information about this message surrounding financial security, financial stability. Can we clarify all of these pentacles here for group 3? Is there anything else that needs to come out for group 3? Yeah, okay, look, here's another king. Yeah, that's not surprising. So yeah, I mean, you are sitting in this king energy when you can access this equal give and take, all right? And, you know, the 7 of Cups is like, let's focus in on what you want, because you do want to take care of yourself, right? It's not like I'm not here saying to you that the universe or your ancestors is saying like you have to give everything away to everybody, right? You still want emotional fulfillment. You still want emotional stability, financial security. So let's not get distracted by all of these different ways that you could like give away your money, right? Focus in on what your plan is. Focus in on where you want to be headed, knowing that there's this equal give and take with this exchange of money. And that, yeah, I mean, justice will be by your side. The decisions that you make are going to be founded in truth and fairness. And then judgment. Yeah. So strength, I mean, all of these things. Here's the 8 of Pentacles. You're going to work hard at it. I feel like these might be extraneous cards, which sometimes happens with this deck. It's not surprising. Don't be alarmed. I'm not like picking and choosing the messages. Okay. It's just this deck can be kind of chatty. But yeah, I mean, I feel like that's what it is, that the message is kind of simple for you guys, group 3, and that's not a bad thing. To me, when the messages are simple like this, it means that the group that this is for has really already done a lot of work to get to where they are. And they're just needing like a little bit of confirmation. They're just needing like a little bit of a nudge to say, yeah, you are doing great. You're headed in the right direction. Keep your eye on the prize, right? Look, keep your eye on the prize. It's right there. Don't get distracted by, I mean, okay, here's the thing. It's like this reading is saying, don't overthink this situation. You already have a pretty good handle on this. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't overthink it. Don't get distracted. But here's the thing that can happen sometime. By me calling attention to this situation for you, the danger is that you're going to become hyper aware of what it is that I'm talking about, right? And you're going to be like, every decision that you make around money is going to be like, oh my God, is this the right thing? Am I like honoring the the universal exchange of energy, and am I honoring the tool of money? No, 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 no. That's not what this should be about. All right. Don't get locked in your head over this. The cards here are indicating that you already know what it is that you're doing. Just keep on doing it. And your growth is assured. Your renewal year on year is assured for your financial stability, for your physical reality, and all of those kinds of things it's really looking nice. It really is nice for you right now. So let's get some Mystic Sisters. See if there's any other energy surrounding group 3 right now that wants to come out. Group 3. Group 3. Who's going to come out for group 3? All right, let's see what we got here. Oh my God, this was the card that's crazy. You're not going to believe me if I tell you that. Sisterhood of the Silk Road. Okay, that's so cool. Y'all, can you see that? It's just further confirmation to me that what we're talking about here is working towards your abundance, working towards your financial stability. Right, the Silk Road is like that, the road of trade. Okay, right. Back in the day, it's like you travel the Silk Road. I think that's what they called it, like where they exchanged spices and fabrics and all of that kind of stuff. And I apologize if I'm oversimplifying all of that, but the truth of the matter is that this just points to the fact that this is monetarily related. This is work related. This is really good, powerful, stable energy surrounding work and money. That's what this card says to me. And then awakening is that you following this path, you keeping, keep on keeping on for what you're doing, it just leads to incredible abundance and growth. And all the energy of the natural world is behind you, is behind you and supporting you. And I love this. I think that this is a message that we often tend to overlook, that a lot of people feel like if I want to support the natural world, and I want to live in harmony with the earth and nature, and I feel like with a lot of people there's this feeling like in order to do that, you have to disregard all of the monetary things in our 3D world. I'm just struggling around articulating this message. I feel like the universe, okay, maybe I should start this way. Like, the universe wants us to be successful, right? Because being successful, having financial security, enables us to not have to think about that, which means we can think about other things, which means we can start to work on raising our vibrations. When we don't have to spend 24/7 figuring out where our next meal is going to come from, or if we have a roof over our head, or if we have a warm blanket or a raincoat, right? All of those things. If we have security in those basic human needs, we can start to look at the next step, which is always going to lead to us raising our vibrations. I don't know if anybody out there that's watching has taken, like Psych 101 in college, or even in some high schools. But they talk about Maslow's, is that his name? Maslow? Oh my gosh. Hierarchy of needs, right? It's a pyramid. And it's like you can't get to the next step or the next level unless you've met the one below it. And the very, very basic one below it, at the bottom, at the base of the pyramid, is, do I have food? Do I have a roof over my head? Am I warm if I need to be warm? And once you get there, you can go up step by step to the ultimate, the point of the pyramid, which is self-actualization, which is what raises our vibrations, right? And so I feel like that's what this awakening card is talking about, is that the universe wants you to be successful. The universe wants you to be grounded and to have financial security. But the universe wants you to do it in this way that honors the universal give and take of energy and the flow of energy, which is why the Six of Pentacles is in here. So don't get caught up in your head about, oh my gosh, is this decision going to be good? Am I honoring the universe? All this kind of thing. You're already doing it. And I feel like your ancestors are like, yeah, just keep on doing what you're doing. You're doing a good job, and you are heading towards this king energy. You are heading towards this universal abundance, and that's really incredible. So let's see if there's any spirit animals that want to come out for group 3. Spirit animals, who is working with group 3 right now? One more shuffle. All right. Group 3. Who's working with group 3 right now? Anybody want to come out for group 3? Group 3 spirit animals. Group 3. Yeah, that's too much. Okay, we've got these two right here. Let me get these cards. Maybe because it's late at night. I don't know. I'm all like tired and shaky, but I don't feel tired. Yeah, it's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I couldn't have gone in and picked a card. Beaver, right? The epitome of hard work and building their secure, stable home. Beaver builds that dam for itself, for its family, for its babies. It's warm, it's dry, it's waterproof. All that they need is in that dam. They have access to their food, to their water. Everything is there. They are the epitome of a home builder, right? In the animal kingdom. I defy you. I jokingly say that. I defy you to pick another animal. If you do, put it in the comments below. I'd like to hear what you come up with for a better home builder than beaver. This is what your ancestors are saying to you, is that you are a master home builder. Keep doing it, and you will have what you need. And eagle Eagle to me relates back to this Seven of Cups energy, right? Remember how I said don't get bogged down in the minutia, don't overthink what you're doing, like, oh my God, is this decision right or whatever. Eagle energy is what that is. Eagle is like, don't get bogged down in the minutia, pull back, get a higher view of things, and then you will see what you need to see. Everything will come into sharp focus when you get a bird's eye view of it. And so that's the message that's coming through for you, group 3. I am tired, I think, y'all. Normally I don't do this so late at night, and for whatever reason I started this really, really late. But the messages are the same, even if I can't pronounce the words. So thanks for watching group 3, and that was a really cool reading. So I'll see you in another one. Thanks. All right, group 4. If you chose this shell that I found in Mexico, this is your reading, group 4. All right, we're going to start with getting some cards from this Whispering Woods Oracle deck. See what your ancestors, what messages they'd like to bring forward to you at this time. Group 4. Group 4, can we get some messages? These guys flipped over. Maybe that guy too? Aww. Oh. Okay. Group 4. Hope is your first card. An idea, like a single acorn, can start a wondrous forest. That's beautiful. Humility. Flowers are unaware of each other's beauty. They bloom regardless. And music. Music. There is a melody to be heard in the deepest parts of the woods, if only we listen. All right. Just really beautiful energy right now. Beautiful, calm, wholesome, fully embracing energy. I'm not getting a lot of words coming through to describe this. It's the feeling of, and this might sound trite and I don't mean it to, but it's like, it's kind of a feeling of a warm hug, Group 4, if I'm honest. I mean, to start off, let's pull some tarot and see where we go with this. Group 4, what do we need to know about this lovely energy, these messages from ancestors for Group 4? What else do we need to know for Group 4? Group 4. Group 4. These cards have been crazy all night. Yeah, that's a lot of cards, Spirit. I'm going to take these. It's been happening all night, all the groups. All right, we've got some cards, Spirit. Is there anything else we need to know for Group 4 in this message from their ancestors? Oh my gosh, really, Spirit? No. I'm putting my foot down. All right, we're taking these. It's a really talkative deck. King of Cups, I'm not surprised that emotion, remember I talked about, it just felt like a warm hug, that there's definitely emotion around this message right now. And there's the sun, right? Of course, beautiful, beautiful. 6 of Pentacles, 7 of Swords, 2 of Cups, yeah. And the World, and 8 of Cups. Don't take this the wrong way, Group 4, but I feel like I want to take you and wrap you in bubble wrap and just protect you and protect your beautiful, innocent, wholesome energy. Your spirit is just lovely, Group 4. I don't know who you are, but if you listen to any of the other readings that I've done tonight, and why would you? You picked Group 4. They were all very kind of frenetic energy, like just, you know, kind of like a jumping bean or something, you know, that's on like an electrical plate that's just jumping around. You are like the balm to my soul, okay? Like the energy that you are bringing to me right now as the messenger of this, the conduit of this message, is just warmth and, like I said at the beginning, like just a warm hug. And I feel like I want to just protect your spirit and protect your energy. For me as a reader, I want to thank you, Group 4, for being the last group and bringing this energy to calm me down for the night. I know that this wasn't your intention and you have no idea how this feels for me, but nonetheless, I feel like I just want to say thank you as a reader, because this is really beautiful. This is a really beautiful energy. But let's dive into what the tarot is saying. What are the messages that your ancestors are wanting to bring through to you? And I feel like what the main thing is that you know how special you are. You know that your seat of power lies in your grace and your outlook on the world and the love that you have in your heart and your ability to give that love without any expectation of return. And I feel like there's people around you, or you've encountered people that are suspicious of your grace. They are suspicious of your ability to do this. And I feel like it's kind of a superpower, Group 4. It's kind of a superpower that you find the light in everybody that you encounter. You have hope for humanity. You expect nothing in return. And you hear the divine orchestration of the universe. And for some, that can be really overwhelming. And that can shut them down, but not for you, Group 4. You thrive on that. You feel that humming. You feel that beat of nature, of the universe, of the earth. And it's really awe-inspiring, Group 4. This is really... I don't know if you are aware that you have this in you, but it's really, really magical. And I feel like this ability of yours is the key to everything. And it's the key to you finding your soulmate. Everybody throws around that term. I feel like it's really overused, especially in the tarot community. But I feel like if there's any advice that your ancestors are bringing to you right now, is that you need to find somebody that matches you on this vibrational energy. Doesn't mean that they have to be the same as you, okay? It just means that they need to do not settle for anybody less than somebody that recognizes the power that this is within you. And they need to be your equal. They need to match you with this. You are extending this cup. They need to be able to extend that cup to you on equal terms. And that's really what, for you, group 4, that is what the meaning of life is. For you to be able to find somebody that can share in this with you. And that's what unlocks the key to the world for you. That's what leads you to this ultimate state of grace. Just totally embracing the world without fear, without hesitation. When you have somebody by your side that can match that vibration, the world is yours. And the Eight of Cups here at the end is just kind of an indication that, do not settle for anything less. You may have somebody in your life right now, or you may have had relationships in your life where who you were with had almost everything, right? They had almost everything. They had all of these 8 cups that fulfilled you, right? And you were like, I should be satisfied with that. I mean, 8 cups, that's not bad, man. 8 out of 10, it's pretty close, right? And your ancestors are like, nope, not close enough. Not for you. Not for you, group 4. Not for you. You are so incredibly special. Like, I just want to hold you. I just want to wrap you in bubble wrap and protect you and protect this energy. It's so pure and it's so beautiful. And your ancestors are saying to you, don't settle for anything less than a 10. If it's not a 10, if it's not an equal match, if it's not equal give and take, you need to walk away. You need to walk away towards that sun. You need to walk away towards that sun, because you deserve nothing less, group 4. Oh, you are just, you're such a beautiful spirit. You're so, so beautiful, and you deserve nothing less. And you need to protect. Maybe that's why I feel like I need to protect you, and I feel like I need to wrap you in bubble wrap, right? You need to protect this part of yourself. You need to protect this part of yourself that sees hope in the world, that sees hope in every person, in every situation, right? Every single acorn can start a forest. You need to protect that part of yourself that can see that in the world and can see that in other people. And you have no ulterior motive. You have no ulterior motive, group 4. This is just who you are. And that's what's beautiful. And that's what your ancestors are telling you, that you need to protect this part of yourself. And, when you can find a mate that can match that and can recognize that in you, that's where the ultimate existence comes in, right? You have no ulterior motive, group 4, and you are dancing to the beat of a different drummer, and it's beautiful. And your ancestors are like, yeah, we're here. We've been there. We know the music that you hear, and you need to protect it and you need to cherish it. And if anybody is going to share your life with you, they absolutely have to recognize this, and they have to share in the wondrousness that is you, group 4. And if they don't, then you have to walk away. I mean, it's simple as that. And it's not like you're walking away out of anger or spite, or meanness, because I feel like those kinds of things don't hardly ever come into your frame of reference or your existence. Um, and it's like, you know, metaphorically, you're like, thanks, man, for sharing this time with me, but you know, my quest is a different one, and my destiny lies on. Hi, group 4. So something happened with my camera, with my phone, and it shut off, and I'm super super frustrated because you're not going to believe me that these cards came out by themselves because they're so perfect for you. So I was talking about the fact that like I hadn't pulled these cards yet when the video cut off, and so I had asked for getting messages from the Mystic Sisters deck, and I did shuffle. You got to trust me on this because I know you're not going to believe me because this card is so, 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 so perfect. But here it is. It's the Mezzo Goddess, and you can see the musical notes here and the song that she's singing, which is just so perfect. It just coincides perfectly with this. And I swear to you, I swear in all that I believe that I shuffled that deck and this is the card that flew out. This is not contrived. I had technical difficulties, and I just feel like it's just further confirmation that somebody is trying to silence your voice, right? For whatever reason. And that's why we have this Seven of Swords here, is that somebody's trying to silence your voice. But the Mezzo Goddess is just gorgeous, right? She is, I keep looking at the camera because I'm hyper aware. I'm really nervous it's going to happen again. She is singing her song. It is her singular voice. And this song is what brings her abundance and growth. And this is a gorgeous image, right? She's just fully embellished in all of these colors, which indicates abundance. And that's coming from the song in her heart, the song in her soul. And furthermore, I feel like this song, she's calling in her mate, right? So it doesn't matter if you identify as male or female. This is the energy, right? This is the divine feminine energy calling in that soulmate, okay? And that's what your ancestors are talking about right now, is that you need to fully embrace your singular voice, which is so beautiful, and the world needs to hear it. And that is where your abundance is going to come from. And then I shuffled the spirit animal deck to see who would come out in support of you. And again, I shuffled that deck, and of course it's not on the camera. But these cards came out on their own as a divine message from your ancestors. We got the starfish, and of course we got the golden egg. And so the starfish just talks to me of like a regenerative power that you have, right? Like everything that your essence, everything that makes you, you is at your core, right? And it doesn't matter if you suffer the so-called slings and arrows of people, right? And because to you, that just kind of hits on your extremities. And it doesn't matter that they do that to you, because you are safe and secure in your core, right? And it doesn't matter if they metaphorically cut off your limb with their hurtful words or their hurtful thoughts, because they haven't attacked your core. They haven't attacked who you are, your essence. And you can rebuild, you can regrow, that part of you that's been attacked. And I feel like it's like that's what happens with people that operate on a lower vibrational frequency, right? When they encounter somebody like you, group 4, who is operating at such a high level, at such a high frequency, they don't know they don't have the tools or the ability to process that information, to deal with that. And so, and this is no judgment against them as a person, right? Everybody has their own path to walk. Everybody starts their journeys at different levels, right? And so it's not a judgment on those people and where they are on their path. It's just that when they are first starting out, when they are in that lower vibrational frequency and they encounter somebody that's such a bright light, right? Their defense mechanism against that, it's like, oh, the light hurts my eyes. I've got to shield my eyes. And the way they do that is by attacking that person, right? They want to find that chink in your armor. They want to bring you down. They want to prove to themselves that you are not too good to be true. Why do they want to do that? Because when you're in a lower vibrational frequency, if you can find the faults in people that are at a higher functioning at a higher level, that's going to make you feel better, right? When you're down there, because you haven't awakened to the fact that that's not a way to function in the world. And so they will attack you. They will attack you to try to find that chink in your armor. They will attack you to try to bring you down. And your ancestors are here to say, nope, you are holding strong to your core, to your singular voice. That's what's going to call in your mate. That's what's going to call in the person that is going to balance you, that is going to unlock the world for you, right? And you don't settle for anything less. And so I feel like that's what the starfish is talking about right now. It's that you have that regenerative power to slough off those attacks, right? You have that armor, and this actually looks like armor. That's really cool. To not be subject to those stabs at you. You hold firm in who you are, and that's what your strength is. Your strength is your core, right? Your strength is your song. Your strength is your no ulterior motive, your hope for humanity, your hope for yourself, your hope for finding your mate by calling in that mate. And the golden egg here is just the icing on the cake, group 4. I mean, honestly, the golden egg in this deck of spirit animals, she has a very few number of cards that are designated as like the cosmic cards. And that it just indicates that when those cards show up, that it is an indication of, being on that divine path. So the golden egg, and, y'all, like, you didn't see me shuffle because my video cut out, but I swear to you, I shuffled these cards. And the music one came out. I shuffled these cards and this one came out. And look at what this golden egg is wrapped in. Remember at the very beginning, I was talking about the fact that I wanted to wrap you in bubble wrap and protect you and protect who you were, that you were so special. And that's what this card is, right? This golden egg is your essence. This is you. This is your core. And it is protected. It is protected in this nest, and it is nurtured, and it is allowed to develop, it's allowed to grow, and it's allowed to be birthed out into the world. And that's who you are, group 4. Like group 4. Ugh, group 4. I don't know who you are, man. You are one of a kind. Don't let anybody silence. Okay, group 4, it happened again. Right when I was saying don't let anybody silence your voice. So I feel like this is a really, really strong message for you guys, that perhaps somebody is really trying to prevent you from being who you are and trying to silence your voice. And so it's just, I was just wrapping everything up. We aren't pulling any more cards. It just was wrapping up the fact that, don't let anybody silence your voice. You need to walk away from anybody that you realize is not going to recognize your greatness, right? And you walking away from that person and not settling for that is really leading to this ultimate state of grace and this ultimate state of surrender to the world and to the universe, this state of grace, this state of bounty, okay, is really yours. And that the key is, I feel like after all these technical difficulties, is do not let anybody silence your voice. Do not let anybody, I'm wondering if maybe you're at the end of this, group 4, are you dealing with some kind of narcissistic energy, some kind of narcissistic personality in your life that's trying to gaslight you and trying to make you feel that you are not worthy for who you are, that you are not important for who you are. And you need to not just walk away, but you need to run away from that person. Your mate is out there, group 4. Your counterpart, your equal is out there. Protect your divineness. All right. The ancestors are here to tell you that, and ancestors don't just mean somebody, a passed on loved one that you actually knew in your 3D reality, right? Although it could be, but ancestors can go back generations to the nth degree, and we are all related to them, our own ancestors, our own lineage, on a cellular level. And there does exist things called cellular memory. And if you look at this golden egg, you can see the divine geometry here, which to me, just, there's nothing more divine than the pattern of the DNA helix. And so your ancestors are like, we need to protect this lineage. We need to protect this source that runs through us. We're going to protect it. But we also need to find a protective way to get it out into the world, because our singular song, our singular voice is what the world needs. And it's important for it to be out there. And you will, group 4, you will find your equal, your mate, your balance that will recognize this. And if you are with somebody right now that does not recognize this, that's making you question what you have and who you are, walk away. Okay, group 4. Thanks for sticking with me through all of these weird technical details. But through all my years of doing this, I don't believe in coincidence. And I feel like this is just, somebody is out there, some energy force is out there trying to silence your voice. And that's why I experienced all of these weird, random technical difficulties in your reading. Take that if it resonates. If it doesn't, then just leave it. Either way, group 4, you are so incredible. And thank you so much for sharing your energy with me tonight in this season of renewal. And bless you and good luck to you. And thank you. And I'll see you in another reading.